Hey everybody, how you all doing? Thank you for subscribing, thank you for sharing. It's Ladylike Leisha, also known as Ladybug. I am working in care, as you all full well know, but what I wanted to talk about quickly was policies and procedures. Now, in everywhere we work, they have a code of conduct, they have a list of policies, and they have a list of procedures that they would like for us to follow. Call these rules, bearing in mind some of them are guidance, some of them are actually implemented by government, which means they're law, quite frankly. And they're there to protect the people we work with, but more importantly, they're actually there to protect us as employees. When they talk about unsafe practice and doing things which we call like breaking the rules, taking shortcuts, and omissions of when things go wrong, which basically means not telling somebody when someone goes wrong and trying to hide it and cover it up. These things, in this particular industry, basically mean that we become untrustworthy. People around, as in the residents, they need to trust us to know that we're going to handle them and move them correctly, speak to them correctly, feed them with the right food and not put them in danger as they're vulnerable. Us as employees need to be able to trust each other, because when we're working together, we want to know that somebody's not being bruised, or we're seeing things that we wouldn't want to see our own family members or put ourselves through. So when we see each other doing things wrong, it's not a matter of having to run and tell tales, but it's a matter of actually asking that person if they know about the policy, if they know about the procedures, if they know about the guidelines, and have they had training, and if they have had all of the above, why have they actually committed an unsafe practice? Now, it's not something to get them into trouble, it's actually to keep them out of trouble. Because if they drop somebody, or if somebody gets injured and we have to go to court, we're supposed to be able to defend ourselves to say that we've actually done everything by the book, the way it's supposed to be done. Therefore, when an accident actually happens, it can be claimed or called an accident. If you're working outside the policies and procedures and guidelines that you've been given and something happens, it's not called an accident, it's called an on purpose, as far as I'm concerned. That means you actually planned to do that. You didn't look at the risk, you didn't look at the hazards, you didn't look at the person, you didn't consider yourself, and you thought by taking a shortcut it was going to be a lot easier. Now we're standing in a dock because somebody's dead. I don't want to have to deal with that in this industry. So therefore, I've had to report to a manager today that I've seen some unsafe practice and I no longer want to work with that individual. Forget their personality, forget who their characteristics are and who they are as a person. In regards to their work ethic and their lack of morals, for my own safety, I don't want to work with that individual on a one-on-one basis. And that's where we stand in regards to policies and procedures and guidelines. They're there for reasons, albeit we may not like them, but the fact of the matter is that we stick by them. It means that we're safe. Yeah? So the next time you start a job and they do the induction, or the next time you're in your place of work and you become complacent and think that you know best, it could possibly be the end of your career and a downfall for somebody else around you. So just bear in mind, you're not just at work for you when you work in certain industries, you're also there to protect the people you're working with and your colleagues. Have a blessed afternoon and evening. It's a Wednesday, and sometimes I like to call it walkout Wednesdays, because every Wednesday I feel like walking out of the job, which we all full well know is just over broke. Yeah? So I'm fed up of being that, fed up of being broke and broken, so changes must be made. Blessings one and all, take care.